Hello, darling. It is the second most wonderful time of the year. This is a time where we spend a lot of time with friends and family. And sometimes that can get a little boring, can get a little stir-crazy. Things can get a little bit tense, maybe. So that is why I would like to pepper on you today some no assembly required verbal games. Now, I did a video identical to this last year, but I didn't have the wonderful little community that I have now, so no one cared. So I'm going to take this chance and put these ideas in your brain stems right now, because I think staying off of your phone as much as possible all year round, but in general, especially around the holidays, is great and good. It would be great to play games with your family, your friends, anyone you find yourself in a small enclosed space with in the wintertime. Okay, so first I'm going to start with a game that I came up with this year. I haven't as of yet named the game, maybe something like Celebrity Perfume, because the goal of the game, person A says a celebrity, person B has to come up with that celebrity's semi-plausible perfume line and the notes of said perfume. Me and my dad were playing this game the other day. My celebrity that I gave to him was Gilbert Gottfried, and somehow together we came up with Chuckleberry as his perfume line, or something along those lines that's like black pepper and raspberry. I don't know. But it is really fun. It's like endless hours of entertainment imagining semi-plausible celebrity perfume lines from the most implausible of celebrities to release a perfume. The second game is one of the OG games in my family. This was devised by my late great uncle Archie. He and my dad specifically would often play this game called Associations, where you link two actors by their mutual filmographies. And this was a game created before Google, so you're not allowed to use Google, you're just allowed to use your noggins and the noggins of anybody playing the game as well. So for example, let's say I wanted to link RuPaul to Paul Rubens by filmography that they share. No TV, TV doesn't count, only filmography. So I would say RuPaul was in the Brady Bunch movie with Michael McKean. Michael McKean was in Earth Girls Are Easy with Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum was in Jurassic Park with Laura Dern. Laura Dern was in Wild at Heart with Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage was in Valley Girl with E.G. Daily. E.G. Daily was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure with Paul Rubens. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so if you have like a mind for film trivia, this is the game for you. It's a lot of fun. A bonus kind of fun aspect to the game is to link actors with funny similar names like RuPaul and Paul Rubens, or Jack Black and Jack White, maybe, you know what I mean? Like, do a switcheroo kind of a thing. That's an added bonus fun level to the game. Number 3 is a game that I made up on a long car trip. It's called Anywhere USA. Person A comes up with a state in the United States. Person B comes up with a semi-plausible town name for said state. I have come up with Cowteat, Nebraska. I came up with Fish Guts, Alaska. I did Heimlich Grove, Delaware. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Itty Bitty, Texas. Where are you from, sugar? Well, I'm from right here in Itty Bitty. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the vision? It's extremely fun. And if you run out of states, you know, if you go through all 50 states, you can do countries too, you know? It's very fun. Next up is the game Hinky Pinky. I don't know where this came from, but I've been playing it for a long time. The goal is basically to come up with a rhyme in your head, and then you give anyone playing a verbal 2-word clue as to what the rhyme is. A hink pink is a 1-syllable rhyme. A hinky pinky is a 2-syllable rhyme. A hinkety pinkety is a 3-syllable rhyme. And for the rare 4-syllable rhyme, it's a hinctionary, pinctionary. For example, one time I came up with a hink pink. My clue was dog vomit. And it took a lot of guessing, but I finally revealed that my hink pink was arf barf. And to this day, I think that's a really funny thing to call dog vomit. Another game that I really enjoy is band names. This is where everyone takes turns coming up with a band name, the genre of the band, the first album of said band, and a hit song off of said album. There are no wrong answers here, it's just sort of collaborative, imaginative fun. I, on one occasion, came up with the band Zipper Confusion, which is a polka band that released the album Electric Pickle. I can't really remember the song that was on Electric Pickle, but I do really like the name Zipper Confusion for a band. I think that's very funny. And now I'm gonna come at you with a suggestion for the game Remake. Now this is a game that I came up with because I just really wanted to brainstorm with my friends and family which modern day celebrities could be cast as Columbo villains. So I was thinking of, like, if I was a modern day showrunner, how would I remake the show Columbo? Technically Rian Johnson already has kind of done that with Poker Face, but we're not gonna get into that. Let's just pretend. I don't know who would be Columbo, but I really wanted Jeff Goldblum to be like a demented photographer of some sort. I wanted Steve Buscemi to be like some perverted professor being blackmailed by his student. I mean, I could spend all day long coming up with modern day celebrities who would make amazing remade Columbo villains, but I won't for your sake unless someday we play Remake together. It's very fun. Take an old show, take a show from the past, take a canceled show, and remake with today's cast of kooky characters we call celebrities in mind. I will say a lot of my games are pop culture based since that's something I find really fun and funny. So the next game is kind of in that same line where I was recently inspired to come up with what I call celebrity sketch artist, where you're a witness and the person playing with you is the sketch artist, but no one's really drawing necessarily, it's just sort of like a verbal game, no assembly required, right? So I, the witness, think of a celebrity, maybe they committed a crime, maybe that's part of the sketch, the details I'm describing. So let's say I think of Fred Armisen, and I might start to describe in vivid detail to the sketch artist what Fred Armisen looks like from a sketch artist's perspective. You know, I might say big bulging eyes and he looks like a frog, that sort of thing. I mean, we can get really graphic and detailed with it. And the other person is sort of sketching along in their mind as to who you're describing. Maybe the crime that you witnessed them committing is some sort of hint as well. Fred Armisen, I saw him disrupting the peace in a coffee shop in Portland, Oregon. Okay, you know what I mean? So that's a really fun nonsense game that's really good and stupid and will get people giggling, and you're making fun of rich people's appearances. It's so fun. It's wholesome, good, delicious fun. You can be meaner than I'm being and play about your friends or coworkers or people you know, but, you know, use with caution, use with care. The last game I have for you is a game that me and my cousin made up when we were 8 years old or something along those lines, and it is the most wholesome, joyous, life-affirming game you will ever play. It's called Old Man Fart, and the goal of Old Man Fart is to make a groan and then a fart noise as if an old man is struggling to make flatulence. Alright, so let me demonstrate for a second. It goes a little something like this. Huh? This game will save the world, I think. This game will unite children of all nations. This is a game that will make the children of the world hold hands in harmony and then use their hands to make the noise of an old man attempting to fart. It's just one of these beautiful games. No batteries necessary, no assembly required, not a phone or screen in sight, just children making fart noises, and you can join in on the fun too. That's well within your right as an adult with lips and skin on the back of your hand. You can play Old Man Fart with those two ingredients, and hopefully the third ingredient is the laughter and joy of onlookers as you Old Man Fart. Well, I hope these games give you something to do with your in-laws and relatives and friends and family this holiday season. A little something to lighten the mood, lighten everybody up if things get a little intense, you know, it happens. But I think playing Old Man Fart or playing band names or associations or Hink Pink, I think things will smooth right over. And, you know, this is just the great time of the year where you're indoors a lot and you have to kind of get creative about how to pass the time. These 7 or 8 games I gave you are a wonderful way to do that. Now, my friends, I will be coming out with some gift guides for you, so stay tuned for those. I'm coming out with a cheap gift guide. I'm coming out with a mildly mid to medium expensive gift guide. I'm coming out with an insane crazy person gift guide that's actually just my wish list for Christmas. Much more things ahead for the month of December. I had a late start because of a lot of shit. We don't have to talk about that. But stay tuned for more because there's more coming. Let me know in the comments about your family games you play with your family and friends. I want to know about that. I am really curious. I'm an amateur social historian of games, if you will. So I love to hear about like the demented car road trip games you play with your family. Would always love to hear about that. Send me comments, questions, thoughts, concerns, anything that you may wish to tell me in the comments. Please do so. I'm always curious to hear from you. And until next time, bye!